What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Iowa Plains. And I'm sorry for the lack of episodes these last couple days. I did plan on recording and posting a couple videos between this episode and the last episode. But in game time, there wasn't much to do, and it took me a while to sleep throughout winter. I think it took me at least 2 or 3 days just because I couldn't stay focused long enough to do it. Um, so yeah, that's why there hasn't been enough videos lately. Anyway, like I said, we slept through winter, so we are now in March, which is still technically winter. No, isn't winter March? I don't know. We're in March, is all you guys need to know. Um, I've done a lot over winter, actually. Mostly in what month was that? Mostly in October, I think is the last month I actually did a lot of things. Uh, and then in December, I did a couple things as well. But my finances don't go back to October, unfortunately, but they do go to December, which I did buy a planter and I sold the Kenzie planter. So there's that. Now, I did set this guy off to plant oats, because I did finally get that pig food mixer mod. It's right here, the American Pig Feed Mill. This is from Weslaco County, Minnesota. The map, I believe. Um, so yeah, I like it. It looks really good. It's American, which I like because we're in Iowa. Although it is kind of big and I don't know where to put it. So there's that. But anyway, it takes corn, oats, mineral feed, and soybeans, which is what we are going to be planting. That's why I'm planting oats. So yeah. So this field up here is going to be oats. I think these two are going to be corn. This one's going to be soybeans. And one of these is going to be sorghum, I think, because we do have chickens and we kind of need some chicken feed. So one of these is going to be sorghum, or they might both be sorghum. I'm not entirely sure. Or this one, I'm kind of leaning towards this one be sorghum and then this one be soybeans as well. But yeah, that's probably, well, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Because the chickens don't eat a lot of food. I've still got wheat from last year. Last year's harvest in the silo still. Yeah, I've still got 3,000 liters of wheat. So that's pretty good. So I might just do this one field in sorghum, I think. I think. Speaking of animals, they're doing really good. The chickens have bred a lot. We have a lot now. I don't know how many that is. I'm not going to count them. The cows have not reproduced. This is all the ones that we started with. They are all fed because I did that right before I started recording. And I have not sold the milk or the slurry at all throughout winter, which was probably a mistake because I'm pretty sure the best price for milk is over winter. So we have 42,000 liters of milk and 86,000 liters of slurry, which I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with that. So there's that. And then the pigs did reproduce in February, it looks like. And I fed them. I had to feed them twice at some point. So I've spent a lot of money on pig food, which is why I want to get that pig feed mixer. Because I'm going to have to feed these guys a lot. So yeah. Not really any contracts I want to do that. Bale wrapping's kind of good. A little bit. I don't know. As far as productions go, the grain dryer has dried the corn, the soybeans, and the wheat, it looks like. I forgot we had wheat in here. So we've got that to sell. I did place down a greenhouse for wood because I didn't really want to do forestry. I just decided against it. So I placed this down, and then I placed down the production for production for construction, mainly for the stones first, and then I placed on the greenhouse for wood. So you can see over there we've got a lot of products I need to go through and take to the grain elevator museum, which is right there. And I'm not sure if I need to buy this land first, but I need to make some money before that happens because that's 120,000 and I've only got 83,000, mainly from the planter. Was like $500,000. So there's that. I did also buy this. This came up in the sale way back in October, I think. You can see it's got 20.7 hours, I think. I might have used it for 0.1 hours already. Just loading the silage into the feed mixer for the cows. So I thought this was a pretty good buy. I was probably like 50 grand, something like that. I don't know. This hasn't really changed. This hasn't changed. I kind of left the equipment outside all winter. It didn't snow over winter, which is concerning. Or it didn't settle. I think it snowed at some point, but it never settled, which was weird. Yeah, that's about all that's changed. Now, I do have this corn in the truck. This is just normal corn, not dried corn. And I was originally planning on taking it to the watermill and then buying the watermill. And I still might do that, depending on how much the watermill is. Yikes, it's 300 grand? Alright, so that's probably not going to happen this year. Well, that's what you get for stopping there, bud. I do really like this truck, but man, does it take forever to get up to speed. Although it doesn't help we have 120,000 liters of corn, so that's not helping anything. Alright, we'll get that selling. And I think we have time to buy a couple things. Let's see, do I want a forklift? Or do I want a skid loader? Don't actually know. Feel like I can do a lot more with a skid loader, so we're going to buy a skid loader. And how much did I make? 157,000 plus around 6,000 for the environmental score. Sweet. Can I go straight out of here? Oh, I can. Look at that. Didn't actually know this road was here. That's a car. And that's what you get for not looking both ways and driving through a stop sign. Well, not stopping at a stop sign, for that matter. Bad idea. Bad idea. I don't know why I still have traffic on. As you can see, they're kind of annoying. But I think it gives the map life, I guess. Let's see, I want dried corn. Okay, well that fills up. I need to grab... Where is it? There it is. I need to grab the pickup with the flatbed, most importantly. Because I need to go pick up that skid loader. And we have a lot of pallets to deal with. If I remember right, the button to open those ramps was the one I hit, which is good. First try and everything. I don't like how far away that is. I won't load up those pallets. Wow, having trouble talking today. I will not be loading up those pallets on screen because that's going to take a while. And I'm sure it's going to be a couple trips or a couple loads, however you look at it. And it's quite time consuming loading up pallets like that. So I'll do that in between episodes. All right. Let's see, what else can I talk about? All right, that's 211,000 plus 8,000 for the environmental score. Not too bad. Now, I could buy the watermill now, but I'm not going to for a couple reasons. One, we need to buy the land that the elevator museum is on, and that's 120. Plus, I would like to buy a sprayer because I do not have one yet, and the fertilizer spreader I do have isn't very good, I've found out, with precision farming, that is. So I'd like to buy a sprayer with the row shutoff thing configuration, whatever that's called. Wow, I've played this game so long and I don't know what that's called. That's a problem. I don't even know what it's called. I probably should probably look. What is that thing called? Let's see, sprayers. You want do I don't know what this does. Weed spot spray? No, that's not right. This thing does pulse width modulation. That's what it is, I think. Yes, that's what it is. Alright, so that's what I want. We might as well put that thing on it too. Sure. Maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, that is 586,000. So we've got a while still for that. And also, I should probably look where dried wheat is sold, because I don't actually know. Let's see, dried wheat. Alma and the watermill. It can go to the watermill. Alright, fantastic. Which means I need to turn around. I've also noticed this truck does not like to turn. That could be a number of things. I'm going too fast, which is probably the most likely one. Or the ground is uneven and the front tires don't hit the ground, so it doesn't turn. It's probably another likely option. Or a combination of the two. I'm not entirely sure. Alright, what was I gonna look up just now? I don't remember. Something to do with prices. I have no idea. Alright, that's another 108,000 plus 4,000 for the environmental score. Not too bad. I think that's all we have to sell for grain wise. I know we still have dried soybeans, but I won't sell that until July. Is best price for that. We do still have the pallets of wood and stuff to sell. But I'll do that in between episodes. And I'll probably get another flatbed for that, probably a semi-trailer for that one, as well as the 40-foot on the pickup. I missed my turn. It's actually fine because I want to be here. Alright, but that will do it for today, guys. I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.